Hello, everybody, and welcome to Media Day for the Heart of America Athletic Conference men's basketball programs. My name's Jason Lamb. I'm here at KY3 in Springfield, Missouri, and it's time to take a look at Culver-Stockton, and we're joined by the head coach of the Wildcats, Aaron Hill. How you doing today, Coach?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Tell us how things are going so far there with your squad early on here in the preseason.
November's fast approaching.
Yeah.
We scrimmaged this week for the first time, so we'll probably have a lot better idea of who we are and what we look like when we actually get to play somebody else and try and put some lineups together on our end that we think will be productive lineups. But yeah, I can't believe how close November is now. We already got NAI teams around the country playing, so we've got 11 new guys. So we've still got a lot to learn about our own group before we're too terribly worried about other people. But they're working hard.
11 new guys. Wow. Has any of them stood out here in your early practices?
We've got 4 transfers that have a year or 2 left of eligibility. So those guys are going to have to be really productive for us, and they're doing a good job. And they've done it before at other levels. So that's Alonzo Ortiz-Trailer, Jalen Blaze, Zach Reznicki, and Quentin Wallace. Those are our 4 transfers. So those guys that are new out of that group are gonna, I'm sure have significant roles that they'll still kind of be establishing here going forward. But they're doing a good job.
How about some of your returning Wildcats? Who are some of the guys there that we should watch for?
Yeah, Javon Modester started nearly every game for us last year at the point. Comes from a really successful junior college program. Had a really nice year for his first year as a junior college transfer for us. Was amongst the league leaders in steals, and I think he's done a nice job working on his individual game to hopefully be a little bit more of a scoring threat for us this year too. But that one of the toughest guys I've ever coached, and incredibly hard worker. He's done a really good job. Jim King's in his 3rd year playing here. Had a really nice year. Honorable mention all league last year, averaged 15 and 5. Has really worked on his ability to have a little bit more guard skill set to his game. And then Caleb Kaiser, who came on and played a little bit more as the year went on and started some late for us. He's probably a starter as we head into November for us again. So those 3 guys, as far as returners go, that played a lot and made an impact last year, coming back, they'll be important for us.
Okay. I understand your father coached at Culver-Stockton ahead of you, Steve. What's that mean to you and maybe your father and your family that you've kind of taken over the mantle and now it's your team?
Yeah, it's pretty unique. I've got several family members that are alums, my mom and dad, and all the way back through my grandparents. And I grew up on the bench from the time I was 4 to 18 years old here. So it's definitely a special place to our family. Kind of surreal coming back home. You never know where you're going to coach when you get into coaching. And I've been a lot of different places, a lot further away. So pretty rare that you get to come home and coach near family and where it's a special place to your family.
Tell me a little bit about Canton, Missouri, and the campus and the community for people who aren't aware of Culver-Stockton and why it's a special place.
Yeah, I got a lot of positive things going right now. Football's 5-2. Our women's soccer's 10-3. So an exciting fall on campus. Both those teams in the thick of trying to make postseason runs and make some noise here late as we get into November for them too. But we're a school of 1,000 in Canton, Missouri, which is right across the river from Quincy, Illinois. It's an area of Missouri and the tri-state area that loves sports, and it's important to our campus and our community too. But a fun place to be a college student and a college student athlete too. We got a lot of student athletes on campus, and a lot of them having some good success right now.
How big is the town?
Just 2,500. Yeah, college town. Yep.
Okay, so I was thinking Lamoni, Iowa might be the smallest town in the league, but I'll have to look that up to see between you two maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. What are pretty familiar with that place? What's the best spot to eat in town?
Well, my first ever job was Primo's, so I'm pretty biased, but they've got a good Chipotle burger if you ever come through.
Okay. And as you look up and down this conference this season, most everybody's returning, almost everyone from last year, as is the case across college basketball. But how would you break down the Heart of America this season?
Yeah, I mean, pretty unique times in college basketball. Transferring has never been more dominant, and everybody got an extra year back. So, you're probably going to see teams with a lot of new guys or a lot of returners, and it's an incredibly competitive league. I think in the last decade now, it was brought to my attention this summer. I hadn't really noticed it, but in the last decade, every team in our league's made a national tournament appearance or qualified for a national tournament. So, I mean, you're going to play somebody that's trying really hard to win games every given night in the league. I mean, there's no gimmies. So we've got our work cut out for us in that it is a league that has a lot back. A lot of the men's basketball players in our league that had the extra year opted to use it. So it's going to be really competitive, and there's going to be a lot of programs that have a pretty good idea of what their identity is early. And that's going to be a challenge for us, is trying to form an identity as quickly as possible so that we can be as competitive as possible, especially once we head into December and leave non-conference play and enter more of a conference schedule.
Okay. And when is your first game?
November 1st against Hannibal LaGrange, kind of our regional rival from the AMC.
Okay. All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck to you and the Wildcats there at Culver-Stockton. Head coach Aaron Hill, thanks for joining us today on Media Day.
Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem.